right? Because if you think about like being your own conscious creator, a co-creator with God, like, I mean, I don't want to put words in your mouth. How has that affected the spiritual side too?
Oh my goodness! Like you more that you understand how, so you get this set of DNA, and it has this way that it should express itself. Like for example, think about an electrical panel in your basement or your garage or wherever it is, and when you're born, all of your genes, which code generally for a protein, are all flipped a certain way on that switch. That is your baseline, okay? But what happens after that, whether it is a traumatic power surge, whether it is a power encounter with the divine, whether it is a sense of shared community, whether it is proper nutrition, those surges have the ability to keep the genes that are flipped into their optimum position in that position. And to actually not so much, I mean, you can't change your genes, okay? If you have a coding, for example, is an A and a T, there's 4 letters of the alphabet in the gene alphabet, A, C, T, and G. And say you were an A and a T, you got an A from one of your parents and a T from the other. No matter what you do for your whole entire life, you're not going to change that coding. But if that's a positive beneficial coding, you can do things that allow that to be easily expressed. And if it is a more challenging coding, it's one that, for example, has you not be able to use many carbohydrates, or it has you more prone to being stuck in cortisol fight or flight mode. You can do things through what you eat, the kinds of mindfulness you practice, the way that you, lift the burden off yourself of believing that you have to be doing everything for yourself and not connecting with some kind of form of higher power. All of those things are going to reduce stress, increase metabolic health and energy, just have ripple effects that are going to allow your positive, beneficial genes to express, and ones that are more challenging. In the words of Bruce Lipton, wrote a book called Biology of Belief a number of
Love
years
that
ago.
book.
Yeah. In it, he talks, and he's going to probably just die when I try to explain this because I am not a biologist, okay? But somehow it's almost like a little sheet gets right pulled over that part of your DNA where that gene, which might be more challenging in your current environment, and it just isn't allowed to be expressed. And so that puts a lot of power back in our hands and around choices of what we do. So that was a long answer to the spiritual component, but I believe that when we have sound, healthy relationship with what we consider to be beyond, that just in every way, self-esteem, not feeling like you have to do everything by yourself, feeling like there's purpose, all of those things enhance gene expression.